I'm gonna do something that freaking viewers have been asking me to do, spamming the chat with. I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm being
You're doing
controlled
the
right now.
do-its, aren't you?
I'll do it. Gems are truly outrageous. That's all you're gonna get. You're not gonna get more than that.
That's kind of creepy. I mean, the only voice I can really do is like the announcer for Dragon Ball Z. Like that's
All
it.
right. Yeah. Okay. So please perform.
Oh, ah. Okay, so it's something like, and next time on CLG vs IOV, we will see Anivia playing against Big Fat LP as Urgot in middle, and who will win or who will decide the winner of this game. And of course, Goku coming back in Super Saiyan 8, kind of thing. Obviously not as good as your Tarek, but it's all I got.
I liked it. Okay, I'm getting this weird little bug again, which happens when. So you're not going to see the loading screen this time, guys. Just stay tuned for that. Actually, might be able to solve it, but after the loading screen, you will be all set.
I can let you know that we actually see Big Fat LP using the new Urgot skin, which looks amazing. It's so fantastic.
Nice.
And we see on Holy Wish actually using a Nivea skin that I don't believe I've seen before. It's the Eagle one. I think that one was limited edition.
Beautiful.
And
I can't wait to get in game, man. What is this?
It's exciting. Oh my gosh, you see what's happening right now. You see, I'll take loading at 97%. You're missing out on so much.
Oh my god. I cannot believe this is happening.
Yep. And let's see. Do you expect any early aggression here? Any jungle? What is the word? Infiltration. I'm gonna say that works. I can't remember the name. The word. English is hard. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Hardest language.
It's difficult like crap. Okay, I'll answer that question shortly. I'm just going to sort out the screen so the viewers actually have something to look at, because that is usually more entertaining. There we go. We are in game. This is CLG versus Icons of Vanity. Let's hope this is a good one. I have a feeling it's gonna be. So you were asking something, yeah?
Oh yeah. What do you think? Are we gonna see any early aggression here in jungle? Are we gonna see any like level 1 fights? Do you think?
I by the looks of how they're moving right now, Hotshot GG is gonna spot Ordeer there, and that is gonna potentially shut down the fact that they wanted to maybe go for the red and now they won't. But we see a very grouped up Icons of Vanity here, and yeah, they are moving in right now. Urgot is in a bad position right here. This could be very fatal to him if they go in there and they are going to spot him. Are they going to hit that Q? They are. Will they be able to follow that up with enough damage?
Taking that bear stance, level 1. That's really going to hurt him in
yeah,
jungle. Sorry
beautiful.
about that.
And here
LP
they
getting
come.
caught out here, getting killed by because of any first blood to alt. Like, sorry about that. I just really wanted to point that out because that's really a big deal for him.
Absolutely.
In the jungle. Sorry to take that away.
No problem, man. No problem. So yeah, what he did was he leveled up that bear stun to get the stun. He flashed for it when he noticed that he was just in range to stun Urgot after he used his flash, and that's just a very, very good and solid first blood. Well played from Icons of Vanity.
Yeah, very well played.
It's funny it happened just as you said. Do you think we'll see any aggression? And that just happened.
I'm psychic. I have that. And now we're gonna see Sudan from Icons of Vanity actually steal CLG's race and potentially red buff here, which would really set Mundo behind because, I mean, he does have a slow from his cleaver, as we were saying last game, but that red buff provides that extra slow you need and extra damage. So he will be taking Saint will be taking his blue buff and moving on to his jungle in the meantime.
Yep. And Grey Soraka moving up, skipping the golems. They are a bit late for the lane to do that. That's just a little general mistake I see a lot of AD comps doing bottom every now and again. Like, you're so focused about getting the golems that you sometimes do it too slow and you end up losing 2 minions in the lane, and then it's just completely unnecessary if you do that. So Udyr coming from an early level 2 gank, gonna step on one of those traps and obviously revealing the fact that he's there, and then he's gonna go back and probably go for that blue.
Alright, and you were actually talking about golems, which I wanted to point out is that I believe they changed the golems where they actually move quicker now, so it's really hard to kite them without taking damage. And then they reset pretty much after the 3 switches, like it's like a guaranteed reset. So I think that's definitely affecting him. You see actually Udyr coming in top again. He's not spotted this time by Hotshot, but Sue really wants to get this kill on him. But Hotshot's just playing a little passive. We'll be checking his push again, hopefully with another trap, as Saint Vicious is actually top lane level 2, and we just see how far he got set behind by Icons of Vanity taking that red buff away from him.
He's gonna ping mid and move towards there. He does know that Urgot doesn't have that flash, so if Anivia can land that Q and he can follow that up, that is gonna be lethal. Here they're coming in, he's gonna use that burst time. The Q is gonna hit, but it's gonna be way too far under the turret to follow that up. And taking an unnecessary turret hit there.
That completely did the opposite. of giving Unholy Wish an advantage. Now he's down to half health because of that tower hit. That actually like was very bad for him, and hopefully it won't affect him too much. I mean, he does have a little bit of advantage over that Urgot, who does not have that flash, but as we know, that flash will be coming up pretty soon here. If I can actually check it out in about 90 seconds.
Yep. Speaking of those golems a little bit, I do see that, yeah, it's probably made it a bit less popular to grab those now that they are harder to get. But they are actually not impossible to do it the same way you used to do it. It just take a bit more practice, and there are some nice tricks you can use to actually do it efficiently still. But yeah, if you end up getting to the lane, sorry, I'm starting to stutter again. Well, I do that, you know, in the late evening, as you know.
It's English, it's okay.
It's English. It's too hard. It's way too hard. So yeah, if you do lose a couple of minions while doing that in the lane, it's just not worth it.
And I have to point out, Unholy Wish actually getting the first blue of their team. So we're seeing a completely different Icons of Vanity now.
Yes.
Unholy Wish is able to get that blue buff and try to work with it mid lane.
Yeah. But once Urgot gets those levels, man, and especially once he, if he rushes that mana immune or whatever item he's gonna go with, we are gonna actually see some very, very potent damage from him. He's gonna land that E and follow that up with one Q, and the other Q is gonna be out of range, so unfortunately not hitting that.
Yeah, I believe actually Nivea is using armor rinse to kind of counter that that Urgot, sitting at 43 armor. And you know, as you can tell, Urgot he really falls off hard late game. But his early game is so strong just because of the amount of damage he can do with his Q, with his Acid Hunter. And if he gets that Brutalizer, pretty much you do true damage to whoever you're attacking. Yep. Is kind of how it is. And especially against an AP carry who doesn't normally run 80 runes, I mean, they're going to be taking so much damage from you, and that's what makes him so strong in mid lane right now.
Generally, though, what I like to do when I play Urgot is to not actually go for that Brutalizer. Just if I get that Mana Immune, or Manamune, as some people say incorrectly. I don't know. You can say both. But if you get that, I usually like to rush a cooldown-based defensive item. For instance, the Glacial Shroud, Giggity of Doom. Because that gives you some awesome sustain and some awesome defensive uses, which you really need because you will be quite close and quite, especially if you use your ultimate, you will be quite in range of a lot of damage, and being able to suck that up is way more important than dealing more damage. We are going to see some aggressive bottom. Grace is going to push back Corki a little bit. Order's obviously looking to do gank, but they have a ward, so they know he's there, and he's going to go through the river and head towards mid. Meanwhile, Mundo is farming the wolves, and in terms of the jungle right now, we see Mundo on halfway, like almost level 5, whereas Udyr is halfway there. So yeah, a bit of advantage for Mundo, but when Udyr grabs those wraiths, he's gonna be close. So close to dinging level 5 there.
Yeah, and I actually want to take a moment and look at CS real quick. We actually see, checking out bot lane, we see Altec with 46 CS on Graves against Douglas 44 CS on Corki, so he's definitely keeping on par and actually beating him right now. But Corki, of course, just did back and pick up two Doran's Blades. Easy for me to say. And then looking at top lane, we see Riven played by TryGym CS actually being really aggressive on this on Hotshot here, and unfortunately just missed his ultimate there. And that could potentially have been a kill. If he, unfortunately, he doesn't have an Ignite up though to kind of guarantee it. But that was really close for Hotshot, and he kind of needs to back out a little bit and go by and recuperate and come back. But back to CS, TryGym has 56 CS compared to Hotshot's 36, so he's doing a really good job top lane of trying to deny her and really be aggressive. And in mid lane, we see Unholy Wish with 41 CS compared to Big Fat LP's 39. So Icons of Vanity doing a really good job this game of keeping that CS above CLG, and I really hope they keep it up because it really will show for them in mid to late game.
Yep, we are going to see some invasion going here for their red. In terms of wards, I think they do have a good idea of where they are, so they know that they are there. They are going to start doing it. Hotshot is going to get stunned by that bear stance. They are going to try and move her. That wall is actually going to block it off, and it's going to follow that up with an E. But here comes Urgot, getting that E on them, and now going to try and put some damage. But yeah, they're going to have to back off here because they are split up in order to just grab that red. That was actually very well played, getting some counter jungling going, and not taking any damage from it.
Yeah, I love counter jungling. Just aggressive counter jungling makes fights so fun to see. Makes the game so fun to see. Yeah, and Udyr's actually coming in for a gank, blowing that flash out of Urgot, who might ulti here to kind of keep that Udyr there. And he's getting extremely low. There's the ulti. Udyr taking a lot of damage from tower, but does flash out, and Urgot just barely like living with a little bit of hope. That red buff does finish him off, and that was extremely close.
Oh my god!
for Unholy and Sue there.
Yeah.
Wow, that was extremely close.
She did have rebirth up, but she flashed in order to get out of turret
Sorry,
range.
actually, bot lane. Sorry, Altec actually trying to dive Chowster here, and misses his buckshot. Unfortunately, he might have been able to burst Chowster down, but he missed that, and that could have been a kill right there because Chowster obviously does not have heal, and he's level 4, so he's really far behind, really squishy. I mean, he does have 52 armor, but still, to that grade, so he can just do an insane amount of damage. He might have gone down there, but Altec just unfortunately missed that.
Yeah. We are going to see Urgot rushing Brutalizer here, is what I'm thinking. And that might be to the fact that he's going to get the blue, so he probably doesn't need that mana. He's going to be supported that blue buff all the game if everything turns out well.
Yeah, that's what's really in his advantage, is because since Singe just doesn't even need that blue buff, he's able to get it, and he doesn't need to rush that mana immune or tier in any way. He can just go for straight damage by constantly having that blue buff for him. So it's really smart by him and his items, and really good awareness for him.
And especially going for items that are a bit more late game oriented, because mana immune tends to fall off in terms of damage. That's just my opinion, though. I don't know what you think about that.
No, it's in general Urgot falls off, but yeah, mana immune does definitely. It's not.
Meanwhile, bottom we see that Grace gets extremely low, and oh my god, that ultimate is just gonna pick him off. Well played from Corki there, picking up the kill on Graves with just a beautifully aimed Bigun, or whatever it's called.
Missile barrage.
The Bigun.
Oh, the big one. Oh, that is true.
It's the big un. It's not a one there. It's an un.
All right, well, that is the first kill for CLG now, and hopefully they will get back in the game here. They actually are down 800 gold at the moment, and Dolph and Chowster just pushing his bot tower extremely hard. They really want to get some heavy damage onto it to kind of, force a fight if they need to on that tower by taking down extremely quickly. And Soraka just attacking away with those bananas.
Yes, bananas of doom. And now we see a lot of pings going around the Drake. In terms of vision, CLG doesn't have it right now, and Vanity has some nice entrance vision, although one ward just expired there. So they're probably looking into doing something about that. Meanwhile, top, we see an Ignite go down, ultimate pops by Riven. We are going to see an aggressive hit. He's going to use his Cougar Flow to jump away, and probably going to switch back and heal himself up there. So Riven is looking for grabbing a kill here, but just doesn't do enough damage at this point.
Yeah, I feel like could have done a lot more to Hush there. He kind of missed a couple of auto attack opportunities, and it looks like he might try to dive on tower round, but I don't think it'll work out because we see Mundo coming in here from bottom to help Hotshot out and push Tri-Dream away, but I don't know, like it's so hard to kill on tower, just her jumps, and in the meantime, you see against Vanity actually taking advantage of this. Knowing that Sinvish's top lane, they are going to be taking this dragon and picking up the first one of the game, which puts them a lot farther ahead in terms of money, and really helps out every lane. I mean, they are keeping up in CS actually ahead in most if not all the lanes, except bot lane, and it really helps them get that gold they need to really keep up in items and kind of deny as much as possible.
Oh, we see the ultimate go down in mid from Urgot, and if it's going to take some heavy damage, but Order is popping out there and just saying, hello, I was here from the beginning. I don't think they knew that. And he's going to take a lot of damage, but Urgot is going to go down. The double buff is going to go to Mundo, and this is not going to be pretty for Nivea. Is she going to be able to do it? Oh, that's so close. Oh, she was just out of mana as well. And he's going to heal back up now and go in and try and hit her with a cleaver. That is going to be a hit, and I don't know what that Q was. Right now, oh, that's unfortunate. She did not have flash and was not able to get away there.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. That was pretty funny. That was good to watch.
Yeah, I think she did that just on the pure, entertainment value of it.
She's like, I got people watching me. I'm gonna do something funny.
Yeah, and funny it was. Oh, it's so frustrating to see to be AP and knowing that you only have auto attacks left and seeing the targets extremely low, but you cannot do anything about it. Oh my god, the frustration, man.
Like AP's worst.
See some action going in. Crescendo goes down, and Corki, wow, that damage on Soraka, and the Ignite is going to finish her off quickly. Exhaust goes down on Graves. Is it going to be enough? He's going to stay there to take the damage. That is probably not a good idea. Flash goes down from Corki, and to secure that ultimate hit, that is going to be 2 kills for Corki bottom. Beautifully played there.
Yeah, that's really not good for Icons of Vanity. I mean, they had that CS advantage in the beginning, but now it's fallen off. Double Lift is pulling ahead by over 10 CS right now, and they are going to be pushing that tower down as well. And also, Double Lift has another 1,000 gold to spend, so we'll probably see him coming back pretty soon. And it looks like he's trying to build towards his Triforce with that Phage, but it doesn't necessarily need to do that. Phage alone is just a really strong item.
Absolutely.
And curious to see what he's going to do. I think he might actually go Infinity's Edge, not really sure.
Like we said before, that will definitely set him up better for the end game. We're taking a lot of punishment here to kind of block off these minions and get some of them. And I think Graves just overall overestimated the amount of damage that he could do with his ultimate combo against Sona. Sona popped her heal just as he hit his first ability, and then he used his ultimate right after that, and it was just not enough. So he was just in range of Corki to do enough damage to kill him. It was a bit unfortunate, a bit miscalculated, I guess, and well capitalized on that from Corki's side.
And not to mention Sona, I mean, without her aura of Perseverance, has 53 armor, and when she pops that, she's going to go up, let's see, another 12. So she's going to be extremely hard to kill against like Graves. And Chester being really smart, knowing that Graves can, the champion Graves can burst her down. You know, any squishy support can get bursted down by that champion, and she kind of, you know, definitely ruined for it and played really smart. And it's going to hurt her, or it hurt Chester a little bit in lane, just in terms of mana regen, but he's been playing really smart, keeping his mana up, and just really doing what he needs to do. I mean, he's taking all that damage for double lift.
Yeah, and that is going to be another blue for Urgot. He's going to keep that on him at all times, making him able to spam those abilities. We do see a purple here at the Drake getting cleared by Mundo, who does have an Oracle. Nice, very nice for them.
Yeah, really good job. Mundo, played by Saint, getting really tanky. We'll be building his Aegis here pretty soon. He's getting really close in terms of gold, and just that map vision they're going to take away from Icons of Vanity. It's really needed. Like, it's really devastating against the team, having no sight anywhere.
Especially when it's this close. The game we're looking at right now is very, very even. So, yeah, you really want to have a maximum vision, and really want to prevent vision as well, because that is just as important. And that's what they're doing right now, having that Oracle.
And Ribbon just being still super aggressive top, ahead of Hotshot here by actually a good amount, almost a full level ahead.
Yeah.
And Tridream actually is building towards, I want to say, Brutalizer. There's no point in going Wriggles now. There's absolutely no point. And he will be doing a lot more damage to Hotshot, who has 107 armor already. So he definitely needs that Brutalizer. We see Same here, just waiting in the bush, put his eye ward, and definitely puts Tridream, you know, a little passive, not knowing, you know, who can be ganking right now.
Wow, that damage from Corki is starting to show right now. It's, yeah, he does have the Sheen. He is going to build that Trinity. Odur here coming in for a gank. They do not have vision. Right now they do, though, and they should be reacting accordingly. A bit too late, I think. He's going to land the first stun, I believe. Oh, that's only. He's going to have to flash for it, though. Grace moving in, dropping down his combo. The crescendo goes down. That's a lot of damage, my god. Soraka just melts from Corki's damage, and Sona doing a good job kiting around here while Corki is able to deal free damage. It's not going to be enough to get another target down, but that is a 1-for-1 exchange, and that was definitely good, seeing as it was a 3v1 situation.
That I believe Icons of Vanity actually made a mistake there. They all lined up for that crescendo by Chaucer. That was not a really good job, in my opinion.
Well, top,
and
see that later. Yeah, go on.
Oh, see, Mundo Same just actually come up for gank here. It looks like they will be diving Tridream, and he does go down. So now Hotshot's probably thinking, oh, that's what you get for denying me so hard early on and really, you know, bullying me around. But yeah, like at bot lane, they all lined up for that crescendo, and it really just screwed him over, as we saw. Soraka just got bursted down super hard, and you can't do that. I mean, Grace had the opportunity to easily dodge it and take out Chauster in a matter of seconds before she could actually get that kill, but just didn't happen.
And bottom, Odur is coming in again. Grace is extremely low. He cannot participate in this fight. It's going to be a 1v1 against... here comes the Rakadon. Now he will be able to get there. And this should probably be a secure kill. Odur is going in there. Valkyrie tries to go down, but he's going to get a stun. That flash is going to go off, though. And Odur doesn't have that flash. So well played by Corki. Leaving to fight another day.
See, actually, Big Fat LP ulting Unholy Wish and turns her around and actually picks up the kill on her. She was egged, actually, I believe, and just lost it right there. Trying to check just to make sure. Yeah, she did pop her egg in that fight, and Big Fat LP just doing all that damage he could, and it was extremely close too in the meantime. And Big Fat LP actually just refreshed his blue with that too, because Unholy Wish did have that blue buff, and that's really gonna hurt, as we were talking about last game, where maybe with no blue just really screws you over.
Yeah, especially if the enemy has it. Even more so. Yeah, I'm sorry I missed that action there. I really wanted to see an Urgot kill. That would have been cool. We are probably going to see one more though. And he's going to pick up the Frost Mouse. So this is more the way I build him as well. Although I do tend to pick up Mana Immune if I'm bottom, because I do need that mana. But seeing a quick Frozen Heart is very, very common for me to build as well. And it does give you that possibility to be more berserk. You don't have that much HP, but it's a really tricky build because the enemies usually think Urgot Urgot is rather squishy, and with that ultimate, which does increase your magic resistant armor as well, he's going to be extremely beefy once he uses it, and it's just very, very good and potent to also switch out the 80 carry when you do have the Frozen Heart.
And not to mention the cooldown reduction it gives you too for more acid hunters.
Absolutely.
Which is really important.
Yeah, all the stats on that item is just good overall.
And we see Sue from Icons of Vanity actually trying to go for this dragon here, and CLG's kind of responding to it. And it looks like they actually might let this one go, not really seeing a reason to go in for it. And yep, there it is. Icons of Vanity picking up that dragon, and Anivia missing that one, unfortunately. But we see some action going on bottom where Soraka and Graves are fighting Double Lift and Chouster. And looks like they're going to be backing out a little bit with Double just doing some really hard damage with that Trinity Force, poking away as much as he can. Now Graves is kind of caught out of position. It might be going down here. Yep. And there it is. And now we see Anivia actually teleporting to top lane to stop Hotshot, who's been pushing this entire time as Ribbon came down for that dragon. And wow, that was really unfortunate for Icons Vanity. I mean, they did get that dragon though, which obviously is good, but they did lose that top tower. Hotshot did a lot of work onto that second tower. And now Tri-Dream and Neelam are kind of sitting ducks here at this tower, which is going to drop in a matter of seconds.
Yep. I was going to say, meanwhile, atop, as has been going on like just the last game as well, we've seen just a complete counter-pushing build from, well, not build, but strategy from Hotshot on his top lane. And it's just very, very strong since they are used to playing like this. They are used to fighting 4v5 and doing it extremely well, just knowing where to position themselves and pulling it off, because that is extremely difficult to do. You really need to... Oh, look at this banana. It's going to actually go... Wow, that was epic. That was probably the most epic in this game. It exploded like a firework. It was so satisfying.
Speaking of items, by the way, it looks like actually there it is. I was about to say Sinfish might be going for that Warmons, but he does pick up that Aegis instead, and that really helps him be even more tankier for his team. And we're gonna see a Shiraz out of Chouster. Looking over at Icons of Vanity, we see Anivia does have her tier. And doesn't have it stacked quite yet, but hopefully that will be stacked up really quickly. Looks like Graves will be going for his Infinity's Edge as well. Looking at Riven, might be going for that Bloodthirster pretty soon. And we see Sue actually has that Wriggles and building towards that Randuin's to really be super strong in a fight and really rush in there and just slow everyone that he possibly can.
Yep, and Hotshot is going to grab the blue right now on Italy, so Urgot apparently doesn't need it that much, and I do agree that is a good choice, because Urgot right now only needs to land a couple of combos by and he has enough mana to do that in team fights. Nidalee, however, can spam away extremely potent and just keep that poking going with the blue. And yeah, seeing as the cooldown is very, very low on her spear. Meanwhile, the bottom turret actually goes down because of the minions being pushed there. So that is going to be nice for Icons of Vanity there.
One thing I want to point out is that CLG doesn't have much of a tanky front line. All they really have is that Mundo, who was saying Hotshot is actually going an AP build with that Rada Aegis. So, you know, Big Fat LP can't really sit back. Cork can't really sit back and just attack away. I mean, they can easily be rushed into. All they really have is that Chouster disengage. And they have, you know, and IOV has Anivia's wall to actually separate CLG. So I'm really curious to see a full-on team fight, because it looks in favor of Icons of Vanity just in terms of mechanics.
Yep. Meanwhile, at bottom, we might even see a 1v1 fight, Graves versus Corki here. Corki putting down tons of damage with his Sheen procs there. And, you know, I was going to say that I think that Graves have enough damage to actually, you know, stand up against Corki here. But obviously that is not the case there. He didn't manage to land a couple of, like, Infinity Edge is a bit... more based on luck in this region right now, because he needs to land a couple of crits in order to out-damage Corki, whereas Corki only needs to hit his abilities, because Sheen is definite. And here Odur is coming up for a gank. Corki is indeed a bit overextended. He does go in with Wildcard. I like that. It's some aggressive play. He's going to pop down that Ignite, and now he's going to follow up with damage on Odur. He cannot get away here, so he's going to have to fight that. Not sure if that was worth it, seeing as it was a shutdown and a 400.
And sorry, in the meantime, in the middle, we see Big Falpi actually ultimating a holy which way, followed up by a Chouster Crescendo. While Hotshot GG's diving on the tower as he's exhausted, Chouster's taking the hits, and they really want to burn down Anivia, and they do get her, and Hotshot backs out, and Big Fat LP really taking advantage of Anivia with his ultimates.
Yeah.
Really, really well played by him there, and unfortunately Holy Wish is just 0-3 right now. I mean, it does have 169 CS, so she is keeping up in that sense, but it's really hurting with those 3 deaths.
Absolutely. It looks like Odir here is going to try and give back some of that counter-pushing action, and going to try and get some damage onto this bottom turret. But it's probably not going to be in time, since Corki is up now. Yeah, he's going to have to recall. And yeah, very well played there in mid. And Corki there stalling some time, grabbing a kill, getting shut down, but at the end they got a turret for it, so that was probably quite worth it, I'd say.
Right, right. And I just want to point out St. Vicious actually getting really close to his Warmongs, which is just going to make him so beefy
Yeah.
against Icons of Vanity. Even though Icons of Vanity does have an Ignite, it's just one. And, you know, Uno doesn't have to worry about it because are really smart. And looking at Udyr, played by Sue on Icons of Vanity, actually has her Wits End and actually has a Giant's Belt. So looks like he is not going to be building towards that Random Wings. It might be building towards that Frozen Mallet. Which I don't know how I feel about that, because Double is doing an insane amount of damage. Especially with they're all AD. CLG is pretty much all AD in this except Hotshot. He's building pretty much pure AP, and building armor would clearly be like the right move in this situation to mitigate all of that damage.
Yeah, like they definitely need a Frozen Heart on their team, I'd say, due to the fact that Corki will get in there in order to deal most potential damage. And the way he's been playing, he's been extremely ballsy, getting in the thick of it all the time. Look at his position right now. He's going to bump into Graves. This is going to be painful for him. He's going to flash and use Quick Draw, but it's not going to be enough. That Valkyrie and those ultimate hits are going to be enough to grab another kill for Corki bottom. And with 6 kills, 1 death and 1 assist, and 230 minions, he is in a huge position to do some massive damage here in the late game fights.
Yeah, that trading force is really paying for itself right now. He's able to burst down on Altec just extremely quickly. I think I actually saying his name wrong. It looks like iTech. But I'm going to call him I. Burst him down extremely quickly, and it's really paying for itself. I mean, we're kind of...
They're flashing in mid to get stun off on Urgot there, and Riven is trying to follow that up. She does pop ultimate, she does get in there and get a triple stun, beautifully done. But now St. Vicious is going to be able to just tank away the fact that he has so much HP. He's just standing in front of them all, and here Nidalee is going in for that AP damage with her Cougar form. Udyr is going to break down what's it called, Urgot, and here St. Vicious also goes down, but they lose bottom turret. Corki is now coming in from behind. This could potentially be very dangerous for them. They do see that he's moving in there, and he's going to have to move around and recall there, actually. Yeah, so it was a bit too scary for him to move in, but well played there, actually, from Icons of Vanity, taking advantage of the situation and the fact that Corki was bottom. So, yeah, I like that. I like that Riven also went in there very ballsy and got a triple stun on them, setting them up for doing some nice damage from Udyr.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Trigem really set that up with that triple stun. That was really perfectly placed, and really made it so Icons of Vanity could actually get 2 kills there against Big Fat LP Insane.
Ouch, that spear.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were talking about Trinity Force not being the ultimate item really for a late game carry. However, if you manage to pull it off the way we've seen Corki do it in this game, he's been, since it is an early and mid-game item, he's been utilizing that item. He's been grabbing kills. It's been a worthwhile investment for him because he's been grabbing those kills for it, and he's used the Sheen procs and everything accordingly. However, when you don't do that and you just keep on farming, that is going to be where the problem is going to show. Because if you're even against someone who's grabbing BF sword-based items, firstly, you are going to deal less damage in the sustained fights, like we said last game.
Ooh, that spear was so close.
Ooh, that was very close.
But yeah, we see Double Lift actually with his Trinity Force and Infinity's Edge, so his burst is insane right now. And we're starting to finally see some armor coming out of Sue. Be building, looks like a Sunfire actually with that. And Riven, who kind of needs to get a little more tanky, is going to be going for his last Whisper, I believe. And as well, we see Unholy Wish actually going for his Archangel Staff, is what I'm seeing here to kind of really help with all that mana he has from Rod of Ages.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's looking kind of bad with for Icons of Vanity. I mean, they still can't easily win in team fight like we just saw right there. It was a 4v4, and they came out ahead 2-0.
Yeah.
And I'm just really hoping to see like a team fight, just like everyone just rushing to each other, just go.
Those spears, man. He's going to be able to spam that. I just want to point out as well that Urgos is chilling quite nicely on 240 armor right now. He can ult in on Grace at any time right now and tank those turret hits and set up the team for some nice kills from Nidalee or Corki. That is really what you want to try and do, I think, on an Urgot when it comes to this late game.
Not to mention when he does do that, he'll actually have a GA really soon. So if you do kill him when he ultis you, he's just going to get back up. So,
and of course, Nidalee's just spamming away those spears, man. You can dodge some of them, but you cannot dodge for infinity. And now they're gonna... Ooh, Anivia is trying desperately to wall one of those off. Hopefully to try and burn one, at least a flash. And look at the damage Corki is doing right now with his infinity edge. It's quite insane.
Yeah, CLG is really running a really poke-heavy composition. They have Mundo's Cleavers, they have Urgot's Acid Hunters if he can combine it with his E is not saying Cursive Charge, and they also have Nidalee who can just spear away. So it's kind of like really pokey, and that's what they need to do to kind of win fights. I actually see a fight going down in the middle. We see Riven actually ulting in like Ignite onto Mundo, but decides to back off as Charles pops his Shurellas, and it looks like RB chasing down this Graves who will, or is overextended and will die. The big fat LP. This is really not looking good for Icon's Vanity. Really nice, wow, really nice E from Urgot there.
That range.
And he's just taking that Soraka out with double lift. And here's the ultimate also to pull Unholy Wish out of the fight, who has to flash back over that wall, and will be going down here. So this is 4 for 0 for CLG, and they will get this first tower, they will get the inhibitor, and potentially even Baron here.
Yeah, and notice how little damage he took from those 5 or 6 turret hits that he actually took when he ulted Anivia like that. While we got some action there in mid, we actually saw that Odir actually got caught as well, and that was a real problem that he wasn't there. Crescendo goes down here for an easy kill on Riven. That is going to be the ace, and we are probably going to see the second victory here on the GG Classics for CLG versus Icons of Vanity. Doing a good job standing up here, but too solid. It's just been too solid from CLG at this point, and they are going to move ahead in this tournament.
Yeah, that's just the experience you get from playing with a team for so long. The CLG's been around forever, and it just shows that their coordination, as we see there. And they will be, like you just said, moving on to these semifinals next week. And I'm really curious to see how they do there. I'm actually looking at who they're going to be. Oh yeah, they're going to be playing either Epic Gaming or Epic Gamer or DB Gaming, depending on who wins that match, since the brackets have not been updated. So that should be a really exciting match to see. And wow, yes, really fun matches. I really enjoyed those.
Absolutely, and I've got to give it to Icons of Vanity. They've been standing up very well for themselves, I must say. Again, like you're saying, CLG, obviously one of the most consistent teams out there in terms of how long they've actually played together, and they're standing up for themselves, doing some very potent and good plays. And I really can't say that I believe personally that they can go out of this tournament with their head raised high and just, you know, keep their pride intact.
Yeah, definitely. iTech at bottom, who was really bossing around double lift really early on in the first game and also in the second game as well. Sorry, I just want to put that out there.
Absolutely, man. Oh, God. Yeah, some very, very nice matches. Are there going to be any more tonight?
No, this was actually the last one today, and actually the last one of the weekend.
Alrighty, so more GG Classics next Saturday, is it?
I believe it is, yes. We will see some really fun matches. The casters have not been decided yet, I believe, so I believe Monte Cristo will actually be posting on Reddit when he does have it all sorted out. So, yeah, really fun game. GG Classic here. The last, actually, I believe it's the last casted match of the best of 16. So we will find out later in the week who's going to be playing in these semis for this $5,000 prize.
Mm-hmm. And make sure you guys check out Gaming Stack Exchange. Have you got anything to say about those cool guys?
Oh, those cool guys.
Those cool guys.
You're one of those cool guys, though.
I am. Not cool enough, though.
Oh, you're very cool.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, Stack Exchange. It's gaming.stackexchange.com. They have some really cool stuff on there, some really cool forums that you guys should participate in. And not to mention, they're actually giving away prizes. I believe it will close tonight for your potential to actually be entered into it. All you need to do is register on their site and put GG Classic in your profile, and you will be entered. And they're giving away, I believe, a video card this weekend, and they're also giving away $3,500 or 3,500 Riot points, and as well as other small prizes. So make sure to check that out. They're doing a great thing by sponsoring this tournament and really providing some good content for the community to watch. And I hope you guys are enjoying it.
Yeah, and if you for some unexplainable reason feel like you want to hear more from me or but I love you, we both have YouTube channels that we run and put a lot of love in, so feel free to check those out. But I love you on YouTube, it's just searchable, and he does some really nice series with riffs, myths, again, very hard to say for me coming from Sweden, and also some nice things called Alt in 10, which is a really cool series where he interviews some of the most famous League of Legends players out there, and they offer tips and tricks on how to improve your gameplay.
And not to mention, check out Spazzy's channel, who has some really good guides. I actually think they're better than the ones Freak does, in my opinion.
Shh. I've told you, don't say that. Don't say that out loud. He will come after you.
And he also has some really funny stuff, some really funny epic moments. The Ezreal Banana one is hilarious. And not to mention your Poof with Ziggs. And also your dubstep acapella, which is really well done. Darkness. That's just what I take from that one.
Yeah.
and as well as your ciphers. There's some really good stuff. I believe you're gonna have some really good content coming up in the next couple of weeks,
Hmm.
and people should definitely check that out. And also on Twitter, if you want to go ahead and say that, I believe it's at Spazzy, correct, with the 4 as the A
In
again.
indeed, and for you, it's but I love you.
Yes, it is. So make
Very
sure to check
easy.
all that stuff out.
And yeah, I can actually say that a lot of the people that have seen my cipher has actually been bugging me a lot, trying to get me to make another rap. And I can tell you secretly here that one is on their way.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
Shh, don't say
I
that
mean,
word again.
I'm looking forward to that.
Looking forward to what? Sorry. Let's move on. So yeah, we hopefully we will be able to host and cast the third and final game, Team Fortnite versus Legion, and that is probably going to be postponed until next week. Again, the casters there haven't been decided, but hopefully we will be able to bring that to you.
Yep, I'm pretty much I'm good. If you're good, I'm good.
If you're good, I'm good, and then we're good together. So do you have
Well,
any
don't forget
final?
about Planty.
Planty's going to be there, of course. He's been here the entire time. He's here. And I'm just want to say before we end this that I'm very happy that my keyboard hasn't started burning or something. Like I said in the beginning, I actually spilled out like a complete huge cup of Earl Grey right into my keyboard just as we started this cast. And that is just, yeah, it was so weird. But anyways, looks like it's intact. I haven't seen any sparkles yet. It looks good. But, you know, if I get electrocuted later, make sure you tell my friends that I love them, all right?
Ah, so sweet.
All right, do you have any final words to say?
No, I'm good. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it, and that's it for me.
Yeah. This has been Spazzy, and but, I love you, and we're out. Come on, do the dudes with me. 3, 2, 1, dude!